you kind of carried things mostly through the first three quarters. Start of that fourth, you're down 12. When you come back in, they cut it to 4. What does that do for you when you kind of see the guys slice into the deficit like that, and then you're coming refreshed, and all of a sudden it's a 4-point game, you can kind of get to work?
That's what we need. That's what we need. That's being able to manage the game very well, where guys are going out and they're making plays for each other. We picked up our pressure on the ball handlers, picked up our pressure on the pick and rolls, and we got stops, and we got on transition, did, like I said, the little things. That's what's going to get you wins in these playoffs. Is not so much about the talent, not so much about always executing the right way. It's just about doing the little things in the time when it's needed in the game, and I think that we did that. So we just got to stay consistent with that. But there are definitely some mistakes that we can get better at, things we can improve on going into Game 3 at their place.
John Corrales, MassLive.com. When a guy like Miles Turner, who's been blocking a ton of shots, goes off the floor at the beginning of the fourth quarter, can you describe what it's like as an offensive player who likes to drive to see a shot blocker like that leave?
My eyes light up, as they should. It's only right because of how much respect that I have for Miles as a shot blocker and what he's been able to do in the regular season and now in the playoffs. He was making me miss at the rim. And that's what you want to do as a shot blocker if you can't get a hand on. He's coming over every single time, and there were a few plays where I'm getting to the rim and I'm wondering where Miles is coming over, and he just makes me miss. And when he goes out and you see that kind of the momentum is shifting, you just want to put him in positions to bring him away from the basket. And I think we did that a few plays down the stretch in the fourth quarter where he has to be aware of Al at the top of the key, Al circling, Al doing the little things as well. So just occupy him and bring him away from the basket as much as possible. But a lot of respect for Miles, man. So.
Chris Gasper, Boston Globe. Kyrie, we've seen you have the type of game you had tonight against the Celtics. What was it like to have that type of game for the Boston Celtics?
It's pretty peaceful. I think that, I'm just happy to be able to be part of a lineage of great players that have put on some unbelievable performances, here in the TD as well as in the Old Garden. And, it's really special to know that, the fans here, they're rooting us on, and, they want everything to be perfect. And, it's just not the reality of the game, but we do our best to go out there and really lay it all out on the line. And, we throw ourselves into the game and we hope for some great results. So just got to have some just honest resolve, but it felt good. It felt good to be here in this position, playing in this arena. It's just been a long journey from having those 2 knee surgeries and watching the team last year and finally getting a chance to lace them up for the Boston Celtics in the NBA playoffs. It's nothing like it.
Final 2 questions.
Joseph Pavone, WEI.com, CONS Media. Kyrie Irving, just talk about the progression you've seen from this team in terms of late game execution. You saw it done on both ends of the floor tonight against the Pacers. Just speak about that and what you've seen throughout the past few months up until now.
Well, there's a different energy in the building when we step in, because we know that we got to do everything it takes to win, and it's just so much you don't have to worry about anymore. Distract yourself for. When I say that, I'm give you an example. Just to always revert back to just you don't have to score a bunch of points to make an impact on the game, and we have a lot of talented players, and now we're in the postseason, and we got to do the little things, screen for each other, make sure we're very communicative on the defensive end, make sure we're there, and that's what's going to get you to the next level. But we've shown that, and these guys on this team have shown that they can win at home, and we've shown it as well. And now it's about going on the road and doing the same thing and playing with an intensity that's needed to get a big time win on the road. So that's where the big test comes. Here we got our families. We got everybody here supporting us, rooting us on, and now when we go into Indiana, now it's the total opposite where, it's just us in the trenches where, we're out there and we really got to focus in. So I'm looking forward to that challenge for us, and then I'll probably have a better answer for you. At home is a little bit easier, and we battled back, we did some great things, but now it's about going on the road and really showing who we are as a team on the road in the playoffs.
Kyrie, right behind him, Mark D'Amico, Celtics.com. When you checked in with about 7.5 left, it looked like Terry thought that you were coming in for him, and you were like, no, you're staying out here. And Brad just said that he wanted to leave him out there for his defensive pressure, picking up full court. We know that that obviously takes time off the clock, but what's it do for the other 4 guys on the court when you see a guy giving that type of effort, making that type of defensive impact full court?
It's great. It's great. He's throwing himself into the game. You know, he's really, really locked into the tendency on the other point guard or whoever he's guarding. He's always communicating. He's always having that high energy, you know, whether it's for 3 minutes or whether it's for 8 minutes. I'm glad he stayed out there and Brad made that decision. It takes pressure off of me having to bring the ball up and, you know, be the ball handler every single play down. And that's a trust that we've built over time and, you know, over the season. And, you know, he's a special player. And we want him to go out there and be who he is. But to see him throw himself into the game the way he has these last 2 games, it's been very impressive. It just shows a sense of maturity. And, you know, I just love that the sacrifice that we're all making on this team is showing that it's well worth it. So, like I said, this was great 2 wins at home. Now it's time to go in a row. So I'm looking forward to that challenge with my brothers.
Thank you, Kyrie.
Yeah.